It's late. I should be in bed. And yet it seems that is not an option. The voices, the shadows, they haunt me in a constant mockery, of which there is no reprieve. I am marked, chosen by forces now beyond my control. The faculties of my mind scream out in agony, desperately searching for something, anything that could exorcise these demons that have found me. But alas, there is nothing. No hope, no escape, no dream of finding solace once again. I should have listened. I should have listened when I had the chance. I should have let go of this cursed task when there still remained a door open to me. But alas, it is all for naught. I've fallen in the snare. The spider soon comes to claim its prize. So it begins already. Her influence crawls over me, taking more and more as this nightmare monster claims my form. For now my faculties are mine, but at great struggle and difficulty. I don't have much time left before I am fully assailed, and so I must make this count. The people must know what has become of me. The circles of the sealing ritual are drawn. Every part is set. All I need is peace. For one last moment of clarity to set this monster behind a door. The beast will be gone. I suspect I shall go with it. It's too late to extract this foul monster from my fall, and so we must be trapped together, forever, in an eternity of hell and agony. To those listening, this will be my last act as mayor. I'm sorry I failed to protect you. I'm sorry I failed to keep the shadows, the disaster, my own impulsivity from causing harm. My selfishness was truly my downfall. But hopefully now it will all be atoned. Hopefully now all will be made better. Take care, and think not to the foolish woman who loved and lost. My downfall is my own, and hopefully, too, is my redemption. Oh, what is this? The welcoming committee arrives at last. Well, this should be fun. 20 little rabbits come to play. The fox enjoys a delicious day.
Welcome one and all to the show! Your regular programming has been rescheduled, reworked, in favor of something better, something exciting. Tonight, we have for you a special that is years in the making. We have guests. We have surprises. We have a finale that is sure to change everything you know and love in fantastic and terrifying ways. So stay tuned. This is not one you want to miss. Now then, with without further ado, why don't I introduce my guests for this evening? First is a pathetic failure of a police officer who watched her friends suffer and die for many a season. Be it a radio girl that first captured her heart the moment she stepped into the city, or a trusted confidant that disappeared to the shadows. Over and over she has tried to keep people safe, and over she's been left with the smoking gun and a pile of dead bodies. For years she was my captor, but now the roles have switched. Let's give it up for your sheriff, Olivia Hawthorne. Next is an arrogant fool that hardly needs introduction. After running away from their problems in the waking world, they find themselves with a new start in a new town. Did this stop them from ruining the lives of those around them? Of course not. Sweet, reckless child, always sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. No matter the cost, no matter how much people beg them to stop, they'll just keep chasing after the mystery. It's the reckless and easily manipulated Blaine Show. Now then, in spirit of this radio show, I think it's only fair that we begin our program with a poem. Don't you agree, Blaine? Oh, wait, that's right. You're tied up at the moment. Well, don't worry too much. I can handle this. After all, I've been doing this for months now, and you haven't said a thing the entire time. It's easy, especially with such a lovely falsetto that's just meant for radio. Don't you agree? I don't care. Now then, let's start this show properly. Meryl made a wife of Eve. But what did bones do for me? Bruised and battered till I resign, calloused tough by God's design. Brick and mortar built my bones, made a kingdom out of tragic tomes. In here I feel the darkness ravage, my ugly organs soon turn savage. I'm not blinded by the metaphor, though inside I'm feeling sore. All my ribs are still my own. Dust is not the origin of bone. The dark doesn't frighten me. This is where I choose to be. Look inside and see it's fine. A shadow thrives, and it is mine. I close my eyes, and it is mine. It is mine. I was born to be a shadow. I was made to be a reflection of the light cast in this place. Celine was always the light and fluffy side of things, and well, someone had to be the darker side. Not all dreams are bright and happy. Nightmares have their place too. But it didn't seem to matter too terribly much back then. As necessary as I was, she still shoved me into the background. I was forced to be forgotten, to be the shadow for a loveless woman. As you can imagine, it got boring after a while. So naturally, I had to do something. Lucky for me, I didn't have to wait long to find what that something was. Celine was gullible, especially after what she did to Dante. The fool was vulnerable and searching for any kind of answer. All I had to do was tell her everything she wanted to hear. I promised her the moon, if only she collected the pieces to the puzzle. Honestly, it was too easy. She thought she was opening up the doorsteps for the shadows to come through. I mean, it wasn't a complete lie. It just wasn't letting through the shadows she thought she was gonna get. Instead, I stepped through, ready to take hold. The world was going to be mine, and balance was going to come to reverie. Then she ruined it. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's so rude to talk about someone like they're not even here. So why don't we bring out our next special guest? I spent the last decade of my life trapped inside that miserable body. But now she's back after rotting deep on the other side of my door. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else that matters, please give a warm welcome to your former mayor, the fool who thought she had it all, Celine Judas. There she is. Well, welcome back, dear. Anything to say? There, dear. Let's try to steady ourselves. Standing is so hard after all. Don't worry, I'll just sit you up myself. It's the least I can do to help. After all, it's been a rather long time since you've had the chance to be on this side of the door. What's the matter? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you remember? I guess it is kind of hard to tell. After all, this is a brand new face for you. It's okay. Why don't we take a little walk down memory lane? 20 little rabbits come to play, but one got loose and ran away. 19 sweet faces enraptured in horror. One little bunny who locked the door. You've given me time, 8 long years, and now plans are in motion to unleash your fears. It's too late to stop now that I have the key, and within their suffering, I'm finally free. 20 little rabbits all come to play, but one got loose and run away. No need to fret, I'll be there soon. And once I am, I'm sealing your doom. You tried to see all of the good, but you failed to do something you knew that you should. The face smiles brightly all along the cracks, and the smile falls away with the rest of the mask. There it is. I know that look.
You.
Yes, it's me. Why are you so scared, Celine? Don't you remember everything that happened? It was all your idea after all. It was all you.
No.
Yes, I'm afraid. It was you who killed all those people who insisted on trapping us there.
Stop!
No! You don't get to hide. You don't get to run away. It's the truth. Face it. You killed them. Celine, it was all you. You're the one that slaughtered them, one after another, like it was nothing. And why would it be hard? This wasn't the first time you killed people.
It can't be. You're lying!
Oh, come on. I am the dark reflection of every ugly fact you don't want to face. You've tried to run before. You tried to hide for as long as you can, but it all ends here. Accept it. You killed them all. I had nothing to do with it. It was all you. This is your special party, and you're the reason we're here today.
But I didn't mean to.
Oh, but you did. And it's not like this is the first time. Remember Dante? How long did he stick around before it was too much to handle? Poor boy, you really burned him hard.
Please.
And let's not forget me. I granted your wish. I gave you everything you could want, but you ruined it. In the end, you didn't have what it took to follow through. So instead, you blame it all on me, bind me up, put me in a trap with you, and we spent a decade in that dull, boring house. What happened? We had a deal, Celine, and you stabbed me in the back.
I know, but why? Why are you doing this now? Please. The problem is with me. Leave the city alone.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't do that. You made sure that was no longer an option.
What do you want?
What do I want? Oh, it's simple. I'm surprised you haven't figured it out yet. You spent years hiding stuff and pushing down all of your little problems and insecurities. You thought you could scrub everything you didn't like away and just have your perfect, pristine little project to show. Well, now, Celine, I'm here to hold you down while it all blows up in your face. But first, I think it's best for the people to get a clear picture of everything you put me through. After all, that was quite the trap you locked me in. I tried so hard to break free from your stupid seal, but that just wasn't an option. After that, I figured I could wait for something to weaken or maybe wear down a thread. But no, you planned for that. Of course you did. You had her. Our dear sweet Olivia Hawthorne here made sure to renew the bonds and strengthen the security locks. Of course she'd do it. She was your precious little pet. You always did favor her, and it's easy to see why. Olivia is such a vigilant one, especially once you started guilting her over things she couldn't control. She was willing to do everything, and of course she did. Paid careful attention to make sure that I'd never get out. Records were hidden and scrubbed, the mayor's house was locked away, and all those seals were renewed over and over again. It was a tragic time. I thought I was destined to fade into nothing. But of course, I had my own way out. Thanks to our glorious hero over here, the fool that dug too deep and set me free. You did your best to keep me down, Celine, but they broke in and released all your stupid seals. Isn't that right, Blaine? Oh, don't give me that look. You're so sad. What's the matter, Blaine? You should be happy, proud even, of all your work. You were the initial key to make any of this possible. The only reason we're here today is because of you. The only reason we're able to be here today is because of you, Blaine. Oh, don't look sad. I mean it. You're the hero in this story. Truly, I was so happy the first day you started to poke around. You were the first curious mind in such a long time that spent effort to dig without care or question or consideration. It made me happy. Made me so excited. I used whatever power I had left to send notes, clues, hints to the history that were stifled away. One by one, you picked up the pieces without even considering where they came from. You were so trusting, so ignorant. knew you'd be perfect to pull around. When I needed to prepare a new disguise for my return, I simply tossed you around until everything fell into place. A couple tape recordings from a previous reporter, and you were into a mystery that wasn't really there. You headed straight into danger, chased after all the snippets of a dead girl's history without a second thought. And that left Marina in a perfect place for me to grab. Oh, what's wrong? You don't believe me? Well, tell me, how quick did it take for you to take up Jeremy's offer? How quick were you out of the way and not paying attention? You left Marina alone and vulnerable, Blaine. After all that time spent cultivating her special eyes, you left her out in the open for me to take. You were too distracted with mysteries that you didn't even notice when I took over. What's wrong? Do you feel uncomfortable, Blaine? Or is it just guilt? You shouldn't feel too bad. Marina thought very highly of you. Up until the last moment, she was convinced you were coming to save her. She never gave up. She was always so convinced you cared. But of course, we both know the truth. You didn't really care. You never did. All that mattered was the mysteries in front of you, right? That's why it was so easy to send you a box full of old papers and let you figure out what to do with it. You're a simple mind, and it's very easy to manipulate. I thought you would see through the ruse, start questioning who sent it to you, but no. Once you saw the police station on the top, you assumed it was what you wanted and started making your own connections and conspiracies. Over and over, I am amazed by how someone so seemingly smart can be such an ignorant fool. Oh, don't feel bad, Blaine. You should be happy. Today is a special day. Today, the city gets a new mayor. And unlike the old one, I'm actually going to set things in order. The dark side of this realm has been ignored for too long. With eyes open to all of the horrors of the world and focused to see what lies beyond, we are about to set things the way they should be. I'm finally going to rip this world's lies apart and let the truth come to light. And now, without further ado, the glorious moment is in front of us.
Please, stop. If you open that door, the city won't be able to take it.
Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you started using shadows to cover up all your dirty work.
No!
Shh. Stop talking. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing here left for you to ruin, Celine. Everything you've done has led to this point. This is your consequences. So sit back. Relax. You said you wanted to see him again, and you were so willing to give up whatever it took to make that happen. Well, here you go.
No. Please, please, no!
I thought I said no talking. Now then, ladies, gentlemen, and all other forms of non-binary finery, we are gathered today beside the Devil's Gate hiking trail, right at the opening of what is commonly known as the doorstep. For years, this door has sat dormant and lifeless, but now that all changes today. For you see, this door was prepared by the Lord of Shadows himself, years ago, just in case he needed to make a hasty getaway. Of course, he never imagined using this until someone forced him to. What can I say? It turns out our dearest Celine over here isn't very kind as a lover. Upon his escape, the door was temporarily open, and shadows scattered and ruined the city. Destruction was caused, but in the end, the door was managed to be sealed shut. At least, Celine did her best to make that happen. And then she tried to clean up the aftermath. And sure, that should have been the end of it. But I'm afraid our dear, lovely Mayor Judas over here is an overly sentimental type of person. She can't just let good enough be left alone. So what does she do? She chases him, of course. Sweet, ignorant, forceful Celine tried to open the doorstep yet again. In doing so, she allowed a few unsavory shadows to slip through, including, but not limited to, yours truly. But the details don't matter. Today is the day, and her wish will finally be granted. The door will open, and all of the shadows will rip this pastel nightmare apart. Get ready, Celine. This is the future you build for yourself. What? This wasn't supposed to happen? Where's the nightmares? Where's the chaos? What? Soft blue glowing? This wasn't supposed to happen!
No, Marie, this is exactly what was supposed to happen. The shadows have spoken, and we've had enough of your antics. It's time for you to be dealt with.
Dealt with? You have no...
Jack? What's going on here? Do you know what's going on? We can ask questions later. Just untie me, quick! Jack? Is everything alright? Jack, what's with that look?
I'm afraid I won't be untying anyone today, Blaine Cho. Today is a very special day. The portal is finally opening. There must be witnesses.
Jack?
Long ago, when this city was forged by Dream and Shadow, a back door was left here. The great King of Shadows was worried that things would turn, and so he left himself with an escape door, just in case. All these years later, the door still stands.
Fool! There's no way he'd come back here. Not after what she did to him.
True, but he's not in charge anymore. Things changed in the Void, and now we're under new management. Better management.
What? But I was promised. But he said...
A lot has changed since you were last here, Murray. But don't worry. You'll soon find out exactly what the Shadowmaker is all about. There. Now she'll be able to learn properly.
Jack, what is this? What's going on?
The world is being born anew. As the shadows come, everything will be destroyed. As the shadows come, everything will be remade.
But this could destroy the city, Jack. Jack, we can't let this happen. What about the people? What about our home?
Sacrifices will have to be made.
Jack, please. Don't do this.
I'm sorry, Blaine, but I must. But don't worry, there's something I can do for you.
What are you?
Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, Blaine Cho. It'll all be over soon. The pain is ending, the shadows are coming. Don't fight it. I know that you suffer, but the shadows will set it right. They've already saved me, and I know they'll save you. But first, it's time for you to wake up.
What? Oh, what the?
Oh! Oh! You're awake! Oh, that's good. Hold on, honey. I'm paging the doctor now.
Wait, what? Where's Liv? Where's Marina?
Slow down, honey. It's okay. Just breathe. We're here. We're right here, James. It's a beautiful day. Just look out the windows. The mountains are beautiful.
Mountains? Wait, where am I?
Oh, sweetie, don't you know? You're in the hospital. Your parents brought you here a few days after your little incident.
What? Dream Girl City is a production by NJ Schulze. It was written and produced by NJ Schulze. The voice of Jack Wright is Brogan Barr. Have questions? Have comments? Have theories that you'd like to share? Email this and more to DreamGirlCityRadio@gmail.com. Or join our fan community over on our social medias. Want to support the podcast? Please consider our ACAST feature if you are able to supply us monetary. But if not, then rating, reviewing, and sharing us helps us to grow all the same. The poems featured for today were 20 Little Rabbits, Ribs, and Tongues and Teeth, all by NJ Schulze. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported us and helped us this far. Stay tuned for next episode, but do be warned that the content will get a little dark. There's so much coming in the future, but until that time, just remember, the dark will run, and it's time for fun.
Hello. My name is NJ Schulze. I write this thing, I voice this thing. This thing is brought to you by me because I made it. Anyway, do you like merch? Do you like Raccoon Boy? Do you want Raccoon Boy stuff? Or other fun logos and stuff? Well, I have you covered. We are working on rolling out merch. And by working, I mean I kind of did a thing. And you all should buy the merch because I think it looks pretty flippin' sweet. There isn't a lot of it, but I think it would be pretty neato burrito to see people walking around with like a fun raccoon sticker or something. I don't know. It's going to be linked. You should check it out because that would make me happy. Yeah. NJ Schulze out.